What if you've been searching for peace and purpose in all the wrong places? In a world full of noise, distractions, and endless demands, it's easy to feel overwhelmed and stuck. But what if the solution isn't found by changing your circumstances, but by shifting how you think and respond? Hidden within the wisdom of ancient Stoicism are truths that could change the way you experience life. These truths aren't complicated or out of reach. They're simple, practical, and within your control. They show you that the life you want isn't built by chasing things you can't control, but by focusing on what's already within your grasp. The Stoic philosophers, like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, weren't strangers to hardship. They lived through loss, betrayal, and uncertainty, yet they found a way to thrive. Their wisdom teaches that peace doesn't come from avoiding life's challenges, but from learning how to meet them with clarity and resilience. This is the heart of Stoicism, not controlling what happens to you, but mastering your response. And in that response lies your greatest power. It's tempting to believe that happiness will arrive when things finally go your way, when people treat you better, or when everything falls into place. But waiting for those things to change only keeps you trapped. Life will never be free of difficulties, and other people will always have their own agendas. What you can control, however, is how you show up, day after day, moment by moment. That's the essence of Stoic wisdom. You don't need the world to change for you to find peace. You need to change how you engage with the world. We all waste time and energy trying to control the uncontrollable, worrying about the future, regretting the past, or feeling frustrated by other people's actions. The Stoics teach us that freedom begins the moment we release that need for control. Letting go isn't about giving up. It's about focusing your energy on what truly matters, your thoughts, actions, and choices. You've been through tough moments before, and you've survived every single one of them. But what if, instead of just surviving, you could grow stronger through every challenge life throws your way? Strength isn't built by avoiding struggle, but by facing it with the right mindset. Epictetus, who was born into slavery, taught that it's not what happens to you that determines your fate. It's how you react to it. Every hardship, disappointment, or setback is an opportunity to develop courage, patience, and self-discipline. With each test life throws at you, you have a chance to become wiser and more resilient. The key is learning to see every moment, no matter how difficult, as part of your growth. Peace doesn't come from controlling everything around you. It comes from learning to remain steady no matter what life brings. There will always be things beyond your control, but your response, that's yours to shape. And when you learn to master it, you become unshakable. This isn't about being emotionless. It's about building the emotional resilience to feel deeply while staying grounded. Life's storms will still come, but they won't knock you down the way they used to. Stoic wisdom also teaches us the value of gratitude, not the kind of fleeting gratitude tied to good days or easy moments, but the kind that endures even in the hard times. When you stop to recognize the things you do have, you realize that peace is available even in the most difficult moments. It's not about pretending everything is perfect. It's about learning to appreciate what's good right now instead of waiting for life to get easier. Living fully doesn't require drastic changes. It starts with small shifts, choosing patience over frustration, gratitude over complaint, and action over procrastination. The beauty of these practices lies in their simplicity. One small shift today builds into a habit tomorrow, and over time, these habits reshape your life. You don't have to get everything right at once. The Stoics remind us that every moment is an opportunity to begin again. No matter how stuck you feel, you're always one choice away from a different path. We often think we need to achieve more, own more, or win the approval of others to feel fulfilled. But the Stoics offer a radical alternative. Happiness isn't found in chasing things outside yourself. It's found in living with purpose, acting with integrity, and staying true to your values. The things the world tells you to pursue, money, fame, or status, will never provide lasting satisfaction. What will bring fulfillment is learning to be content with what you have while becoming the best version of yourself. This path isn't about perfection, it's about progress. You will make mistakes, face setbacks, and experience frustration. But those moments don't define you. How you respond to them does. And each time you respond with patience, kindness, or courage, you become a little stronger. You create a life not ruled by fear or frustration, but one guided by inner peace and purpose. This is where true freedom lies, not in changing the world, but in mastering yourself. Stoicism isn't about escaping the chaos of life, but learning to thrive within it. The principles and practices you'll discover ahead are meant to guide you through the ups and downs of life, helping you build a mindset that's calm, clear, and unshaken. These ancient truths have stood the test of time for a reason. They are simple, practical, and profoundly effective. They don't require perfect circumstances or endless resources. They require only one thing: your willingness to apply them. Every moment is an opportunity to grow, to shift your perspective, and to live with greater clarity. As you explore the chapters ahead, you'll find tools and insights that can transform the way you experience life. These aren't just lessons from the past. They are practical steps you can take today to build the life you want. The journey begins here. All it takes is a willingness to see things differently, act with purpose, and let go of what's holding you back. There's nothing standing between you and the life you were meant to live, except maybe the way you've been looking at things. The truths that could change everything are already within your reach. Are you ready to take the first step? There's something powerful about knowing that growth isn't reserved for those born with talent, wealth, or privilege. It's for anyone willing to learn, change, and cultivate the right habits. In the Stoic tradition, personal growth is not about chasing grand achievements or external success. Instead, it's about refining the inner self, mastering emotions, and living with purpose. What most people miss is that some of the most effective practices for personal growth are quietly tucked away in ancient Stoic teachings. These practices, often overlooked, can unlock a level of mental clarity, emotional resilience, and personal strength that few ever reach. The journey toward growth begins with self-awareness. The Stoics teach that to improve yourself, you must first understand yourself. Reflection isn't just about reviewing your day, but observing your thoughts, patterns, and impulses without judgment. Seneca urged daily reflection because it allows you to catch unproductive habits before they take root. When you learn to track your thoughts closely, you stop being a passenger to your emotions and become the one steering the wheel. This clarity sharpens your ability to make intentional choices. Discipline lies at the heart of personal growth, and Stoicism emphasizes small daily victories over dramatic transformations. Change doesn't happen overnight, but in the quiet consistency of everyday actions. Epictetus teaches that the habits we reinforce through repetition shape who we become. Success, therefore, isn't in grand gestures, but in showing up every day with focus, whether it's practicing patience, kindness, or courage when it matters most. Another hidden practice involves detaching from outcomes. Growth stalls when we tie our happiness to results we can't control. The Stoics encourage letting go of the need for guarantees. This isn't apathy, it's freedom. When you commit to the process rather than obsess over the outcome, you discover peace. You no longer measure yourself by external success, but by your effort and intention. The practice of negative visualization, or premeditatio malorum, may seem counterintuitive, yet it holds immense value. By contemplating potential setbacks or losses, you prepare your mind to remain steady in adversity. This practice doesn't make you pessimistic, it makes you resilient. When challenges arise, they won't catch you off guard because you've already met them mentally. You'll move through difficulty with a calm, grounded presence. The Stoics also emphasize voluntary discomfort. Growth often requires discomfort, and deliberately seeking it strengthens your willpower. Whether it's fasting, exercising in difficult conditions, or practicing silence, these small acts of self-denial build mental toughness. By choosing discomfort, you remind yourself that you don't need luxury or convenience to thrive. You discover that happiness is rooted in discipline, not indulgence. Acceptance is a hidden pillar of Stoic growth. Many people resist what life brings, thinking it will ease their suffering. But the Stoics teach that acceptance of what is, rather than resistance to what isn't, creates freedom. It's not about giving up, it's about seeing clearly. When you stop fighting reality, you reclaim energy to focus on what can still be done. Acceptance is not passive, it is powerful. Another overlooked practice is the Stoic principle of controlling your narrative. You are not defined by what happens to you, but by the meaning you assign to it. Viktor Frankl, inspired by Stoic ideas, survived the horrors of a concentration camp by controlling the narrative of his suffering. He found meaning even in pain. This practice teaches that you can rewrite your experience, seeing challenges not as punishments, but as opportunities to grow. The art of staying present is fundamental to personal growth. The Stoics caution against living too much in the past or future. Marcus Aurelius constantly reminded himself that the present moment is all we ever truly have. Regret and worry steal time and energy. Growth happens when you bring your full attention to the here and now, responding to life as it unfolds without distraction. Practicing gratitude, even for difficulties, is a transformative Stoic practice. Life isn't guaranteed, and the Stoics often reflect on the impermanence of everything. When you train yourself to appreciate the small moments, even amid challenges, you unlock a profound sense of contentment. Gratitude shifts your focus from what is missing to what is present, allowing you to find joy where others see scarcity. A lesser-known Stoic practice is the concept of self-restraint in speech. Words carry power, and many people waste energy on gossip, complaints, or unnecessary chatter. The Stoics believed that silence can be more valuable than speaking. Restraint teaches discipline and ensures that when you do speak, your words carry weight. This practice also cultivates mindfulness, forcing you to think carefully before you react. Humility is central to Stoic growth, though it is often misunderstood. It's not about thinking less of yourself, but recognizing that there is always more to learn. Arrogance stunts growth by making you believe you've already arrived. Humility opens doors to new ideas and perspectives. The Stoics remind us that the wise person always knows how little they know. Learning to release attachment to opinions, both your own and others, is another key Stoic practice. People often cling tightly to their beliefs and expect others to agree with them. The Stoics teach that growth happens when you loosen your grip. When you detach from opinions, you free yourself from unnecessary conflict and emotional turmoil. It becomes easier to focus on understanding rather than convincing. One subtle yet powerful Stoic practice is keeping your focus narrow. Trying to do everything at once leads to scattered effort and burnout. The Stoics advise narrowing your focus to what matters most. When you prioritize, you perform better. Excellence is not about doing more, it's about doing the right things well. By simplifying your focus, you achieve more with less stress. Stoic joy comes from aligning your actions with your values. Many people chase happiness only to feel empty when they achieve their goals. The Stoics teach that joy isn't found in what you get, but in who you become through your actions. When your actions align with your principles, you experience a deeper sense of fulfillment that isn't dependent on circumstance. The practice of serving others without expecting anything in return is a Stoic hallmark. Personal growth isn't just about improving yourself, but contributing to the world around you. Marcus Aurelius reminds us that humans are social creatures, and helping others is part of our nature. True growth happens when you move beyond self-interest and use your strengths to make a difference. Another overlooked Stoic practice is knowing when to rest. Growth requires effort, but it also demands recovery. The Stoics understood that rest is not a luxury, it is essential. Without it, you risk burnout. Resting allows you to return to your work with renewed energy and clarity. It's a reminder that life is a marathon, not a sprint. Living with integrity is at the core of Stoic philosophy. Growth means becoming the kind of person whose actions match their words. Integrity builds trust with others and, more importantly, trust within yourself. When you know you can rely on your own commitment, you become more confident. Integrity creates a sense of wholeness and peace that is difficult to shake. Forgiveness is often overlooked in personal growth. Holding on to anger or resentment drains your energy and clouds your judgment. The Stoics teach that forgiveness isn't about excusing harmful behavior, but about freeing yourself from the burden of holding on to it. By practicing forgiveness, you reclaim your peace of mind and move forward without emotional baggage. Stoic detachment teaches that true strength lies in learning to let go, not just of material possessions, but also of unhealthy attachments to people and outcomes. Detachment doesn't mean indifference, it means loving fully without clinging. This allows you to appreciate life's beauty without being destroyed when things change or end. Stoicism teaches the importance of community. Personal growth doesn't happen in isolation. Surrounding yourself with people who challenge you, inspire you, and hold you accountable accelerates your progress. The Stoics believed that we become better through meaningful relationships. Growth is not just a personal journey, it's one that thrives in connection with others. Every practice builds on the last, creating a foundation of mental clarity, emotional resilience, and inner peace. With each step, you grow not only in skill, but in character, becoming someone who meets life with grace, courage, and purpose. This is the path of Stoic personal growth, a journey that continues moment by moment, choice by choice. True personal growth is never just about individual effort. It requires not only a clear sense of purpose, but also the right mental framework. Growth without the right mindset is like planting seeds without tending the soil. Progress stalls when your mind isn't prepared to nurture it. Stoicism offers more than techniques for personal discipline or resilience. It provides a deeper shift in how we perceive the world and ourselves. Hidden within Stoic thought are lesser-known principles that can unlock transformative insights, reshaping your mindset in ways you never thought possible. These principles, though subtle, hold the power to dissolve mental blocks, strengthen your inner world, and align your mind with clarity and purpose. The first principle is that your mind holds the power to interpret events, not the events themselves. The Stoics believe that nothing is inherently good or bad. What matters is how you frame it. An obstacle is not a disaster unless you choose to see it that way. Epictetus reminds us that while you may not control what happens, you always control your opinion about it. This principle offers freedom from unnecessary suffering. When you shift the lens through which you see difficulties, even the hardest situations become fuel for growth. Another lesser-known Stoic principle is the idea of focusing only on what you can influence, even within your thoughts. Many people understand the importance of controlling external actions, but few recognize the value of carefully curating their mental space. A Stoic cultivates an inner environment where unnecessary fears and unhelpful thoughts are not entertained. This mental discipline isn't about suppression, but about directing attention deliberately. A well-directed mind becomes an ally, not a battlefield. The Stoics also emphasize that expectations are the root of much distress. A subtle but profound shift happens when you let go of rigid expectations about how life should unfold. Instead of demanding that things turn out a certain way, a Stoic mindset prepares for multiple possibilities. This practice makes room for flexibility and reduces emotional turmoil when life takes unexpected turns. It's not about lowering standards, but about embracing the fluid nature of existence. Stoicism encourages an appreciation of impermanence, not just as a reminder that life is fleeting, but as a way to release attachment. Everything, joy, pain, success, and failure, is temporary. This awareness frees you from clinging to either pleasure or suffering. A Stoic mindset recognizes that nothing stays the same for long, which brings both humility and peace. There is beauty in the temporary nature of all things because it teaches you to cherish moments without needing to possess them. A profound Stoic teaching is that discomfort is not the enemy. Many people instinctively avoid discomfort, thinking it signals danger or failure. The Stoics flip this notion on its head. They teach that discomfort is often a sign that you are expanding your limits. Growth happens at the edge of your comfort zone, not within it. Developing the capacity to sit with discomfort without rushing to escape it builds mental toughness and deepens your resilience. A lesser-known but transformative aspect of Stoicism is the concept of role fulfillment. This means embracing the responsibilities and roles that life assigns you, not as burdens, but as opportunities for virtue. Whether you are a parent, friend, worker, or citizen, each role offers a unique chance to practice Stoic values. Instead of resisting these roles or wishing for different ones, Stoicism teaches you to play them well, fully embodying the responsibilities you've been given. The Stoics also warn about the danger of comparison. In a world obsessed with measuring success against others, it's easy to lose sight of your own path. Comparison distracts you from your journey and breeds unnecessary envy or pride. A Stoic mindset focuses on your progress, not someone else's. The only meaningful competition is with the person you were yesterday. True contentment comes from knowing you are moving forward on your terms. Another principle that quietly shapes a Stoic mindset is the importance of aligning desires with reality. Many frustrations arise when we demand that life conform to our wishes. Stoicism teaches that instead of forcing the world to match your expectations, you align your expectations with the world as it is. This shift brings peace, not because you lower your ambitions, but because you work with life rather than against it. A powerful yet understated Stoic teaching is the practice of voluntary simplicity. In a culture that glorifies accumulation, simplicity becomes a radical act. The Stoics remind us that fewer distractions create more space for what matters. This principle isn't about rejecting wealth or success, but about recognizing that contentment comes from within. When you focus on what you need rather than what you want, you discover an inner abundance that external possessions can never provide. One of the most transformative Stoic practices is learning to embrace uncertainty. Many people crave control, thinking that certainty will bring peace. The Stoics teach that uncertainty is a constant companion in life, and resisting it only breeds anxiety. By accepting that some questions will remain unanswered, you release yourself from the exhausting need to predict or control every outcome. Embracing uncertainty with grace makes you more adaptable and resilient. The Stoics also offer a refreshing view on failure. In contrast to the fear many have of failing, Stoicism teaches that failure is merely feedback. It is not an identity, but an experience. A Stoic mindset reframes failure as a step on the path to mastery, not a final destination. Each setback offers valuable lessons, and avoiding failure means missing out on opportunities to grow. There is strength in learning to fail well and rise again with greater wisdom. A quiet but essential Stoic principle is the practice of detachment from praise and criticism. Many people base their self-worth on the opinions of others, which creates emotional highs and lows. A Stoic mindset centers on doing the right thing, regardless of whether others approve or disapprove. This inner stability allows you to act with integrity, unaffected by external judgments. Another lesser-known Stoic insight involves the concept of inner dialogue. The way you speak to yourself shapes your reality. A Stoic monitors their inner voice, replacing harsh self-criticism with constructive thoughts. This isn't about empty positivity, but about training your mind to be a supportive ally rather than a harsh judge. A kind inner dialogue nurtures self-discipline and encourages continuous improvement. The Stoics emphasize the value of delayed gratification. In a world driven by instant rewards, waiting feels like a burden. However, a Stoic mindset understands that lasting fulfillment often requires patience. Delaying gratification strengthens self-control and deepens your appreciation for what you achieve. The ability to wait for meaningful outcomes cultivates wisdom and prevents impulsive decisions. Gratitude as a mental practice transforms how you perceive challenges. A Stoic mindset sees obstacles as gifts in disguise, opportunities to strengthen character. This shift in perception makes it easier to remain calm when things don't go your way. Gratitude teaches you to find value in every experience, recognizing that each moment contributes to your growth, whether joyful or painful. Another subtle but powerful principle is the practice of non-attachment to roles or identities. Life is fluid, and clinging too tightly to any role or identity creates suffering. A Stoic mindset embraces change, understanding that personal growth requires evolving. This flexibility allows you to adapt to new situations without fear of losing yourself in the process. You are not defined by any single role, but by how you show up in each moment. The Stoics also teach the value of mindful transitions. How you move from one task or phase of life to another matters. Rushing through transitions creates stress, while intentional shifts create clarity. Whether transitioning from work to rest or from one chapter of life to another, doing so mindfully allows you to carry forward only what serves you. This practice prevents emotional residue from building up. Self-restraint extends beyond speech and action to include thought. A Stoic understands that not every thought deserves attention. Learning to let go of intrusive or negative thoughts strengthens mental discipline. This practice isn't about avoiding emotions, but about choosing which thoughts deserve energy. By curating your thoughts, you create a mental environment that fosters growth. The Stoic concept of preemptive forgiveness shifts how you experience conflict. Instead of waiting until harm occurs, a Stoic mentally prepares to forgive in advance. This practice frees you from the emotional burden of resentment. Preemptive forgiveness isn't weakness. It's an act of strength that preserves your peace and prevents unnecessary conflict from taking root. The principle of joyful participation in life, even amid difficulties, offers a profound shift in mindset. A Stoic understands that life will include both joy and suffering, and both are part of the human experience. Instead of resisting one or chasing the other, joyful participation means fully engaging with life as it is. This mindset allows you to experience deeper contentment, knowing that every moment, good or bad, contributes to your journey. These lesser-known principles quietly shape a Stoic mind, transforming how you approach challenges, relationships, and personal growth. Each practice builds on the last, creating a foundation of mental clarity and emotional resilience. The mindset that emerges isn't one of detachment from life, but of deeper engagement. With these principles in place, you are equipped to navigate life's complexities with grace, purpose, and unwavering inner peace. This mindset becomes a steady companion, guiding you through every season of life with wisdom and strength. Unlocking your potential is not about waiting for the perfect moment or a sudden burst of inspiration. It's about cultivating habits, practices, and mindsets that allow you to move forward, step by step, every day. Stoicism teaches that greatness isn't reserved for a select few. It's available to anyone willing to learn, adapt, and apply the right principles consistently. While the world often focuses on outward achievements, the Stoics focus inward, guiding us to uncover the potential that has always been there. These next insights show how to break through mental barriers, sharpen your focus, and unlock parts of yourself you may not have known existed. The first secret lies in knowing that potential is not found in grand plans, but in the present moment. Too often, people delay action, waiting for motivation or ideal conditions. The Stoics teach that the only time to act is now. Each moment offers an opportunity to practice a skill, make a decision, or take a step. This continuous engagement with the present sharpens your abilities and builds momentum. Success isn't born from occasional effort. It grows from the accumulation of small actions performed daily. Another key to unlocking potential is learning to welcome failure as part of the process. Many people fear failure, seeing it as a sign of weakness or lack of talent. The Stoics, however, treat failure as a teacher. Every setback provides a lesson that sharpens your approach. The sooner you learn to treat failure as feedback, the quicker you adapt and grow. Avoiding failure only delays growth, while embracing it accelerates progress. Self-mastery is an essential part of potential. The Stoics emphasize that you cannot control external events, but you can control your actions and thoughts. When you stop being reactive to outside influences and focus on self-mastery, you unlock a level of personal power that cannot be shaken. This control over yourself builds confidence, making it easier to face challenges head-on. Purpose drives potential. The Stoics believe that a clear sense of purpose focuses your energy and gives direction to your efforts. Without purpose, it's easy to drift from one task to another without meaningful progress. Purpose creates alignment between your values and your actions, providing a framework for decision-making. Each step you take becomes part of a larger mission, giving your life structure and meaning. Patience is another secret to unlocking potential. In a fast-paced world, it's tempting to expect immediate results, but real growth takes time. The Stoics remind us that everything worth achieving requires sustained effort. Patience allows you to persevere through setbacks without losing faith in the process. It teaches you to trust that progress is happening, even when it's not immediately visible. Letting go of perfectionism unlocks a deeper level of performance. Many people hold themselves back, waiting until their skills are perfect before taking action. The Stoics encourage embracing imperfection as part of the journey. Excellence isn't about being flawless. It's about showing up, doing your best, and learning from every experience. When you let go of the need to be perfect, you free yourself to grow faster and more authentically. Discipline is the foundation of unlocked potential. Talent alone is not enough. Without discipline, potential remains unrealized. The Stoics teach that discipline is built through consistent habits and routines. It's about doing the work, even when motivation fades. Discipline transforms dreams into reality by turning intentions into actions. Another powerful Stoic insight is the idea of choosing challenges deliberately. Growth does not happen in comfort. The Stoics advise seeking out difficulties not to suffer, but to strengthen. When you choose to face challenges, you build resilience and discover strengths you didn't know you had. Each challenge met with courage becomes a stepping stone toward greater potential. The Stoics also teach the value of focus. In a world full of distractions, staying focused on your goals is a rare and valuable skill. Potential is often lost not through lack of ability, but through divided attention. By committing fully to what matters most and minimizing distractions, you allow your abilities to develop fully. Focus turns potential into results. Gratitude unlocks potential by shifting your perspective. When you practice gratitude, you begin to see opportunities where others see obstacles. A grateful mind is open and receptive, making it easier to spot the resources and possibilities already within your reach. Gratitude transforms your mindset from scarcity to abundance, giving you the energy to move forward with confidence. Embracing change is another secret to unlocking potential. Many people resist change, clinging to what is familiar, even when it no longer serves them. The Stoics teach that change is a natural part of life, and resisting it only creates suffering. Growth requires change. When you embrace it, you open yourself to new experiences and insights that push you beyond your current limits. Potential also flourishes in environments that challenge you. Surrounding yourself with people who inspire, push, and support you creates an atmosphere where growth becomes inevitable. The Stoics believe that we are shaped by the company we keep. When you place yourself among those who strive for excellence, you elevate your own standards and unlock deeper levels of ability. Flexibility unlocks potential by making you adaptable. Life rarely follows a straight path, and rigid thinking limits growth. A Stoic mindset remains open to new methods and perspectives, allowing you to pivot when needed. Flexibility is not weakness, but strength, enabling you to flow with circumstances rather than break under them. Forgiveness unlocks potential by freeing you from emotional burdens. Holding on to resentment drains energy and clouds judgment. The Stoics teach that forgiveness is not about excusing harm, but about releasing yourself from the grip of anger. When you forgive, you reclaim mental space and emotional energy that can be directed toward growth. Stoic detachment from results unlocks potential by focusing your attention on effort rather than outcome. When you tie your self-worth to outcomes, you become vulnerable to disappointment and doubt. A Stoic mindset measures success by the quality of effort, not the final result. This shift allows you to stay motivated, even when progress is slow. Potential thrives in simplicity. The Stoics advocate for a life free from unnecessary complications. When your mind is cluttered with distractions and trivial concerns, it's difficult to focus on what truly matters. Simplifying your life creates space for growth, allowing you to concentrate your energy on meaningful pursuits. Curiosity unlocks new dimensions of potential. The Stoics encourage constant learning and exploration. When you stay curious, you approach challenges with a sense of discovery rather than fear. Curiosity keeps your mind active and engaged, helping you uncover skills and abilities you may not have realized you possessed. Consistency transforms potential into reality. It's not enough to work hard occasionally. Success requires sustained effort over time. The Stoics emphasize that small, consistent actions lead to significant results. Consistency builds momentum, making each step forward easier than the last. Mindfulness unlocks potential by grounding you in the present moment. The Stoics teach that life unfolds one moment at a time, and potential is realized by engaging fully with each of those moments. Mindfulness allows you to respond to situations thoughtfully rather than react impulsively, leading to better decisions and greater growth. Humility is a gateway to potential. The Stoics remind us that there is always more to learn and room to grow. Humility opens the door to feedback, new ideas, and unexpected insights. It prevents arrogance from blinding you to areas where you can improve. Persistence is essential for unlocking potential. The Stoics understand that progress is rarely linear. There will be setbacks and obstacles, but persistence ensures that you keep moving forward. Each time you get back up after a fall, you grow stronger and closer to your potential. Optimism, grounded in reality, unlocks potential by giving you the courage to act. Stoic optimism isn't about denying difficulties, but about believing in your ability to overcome them. This mindset creates resilience and fuels perseverance. Letting go of comparisons unlocks potential by keeping your focus on your own progress. The Stoics teach that your journey is unique, and comparing yourself to others only creates unnecessary frustration. True growth happens when you measure yourself against who you were yesterday, not against others. Action unlocks potential. Stoic wisdom emphasizes the importance of doing over thinking. Potential remains unrealized when it stays trapped in your mind. Taking action, even imperfectly, moves you closer to your goals. Kindness unlocks potential by strengthening your character. The Stoics view kindness not as weakness, but as strength. Acts of kindness build connections and create a positive environment that supports growth. Trusting the process unlocks potential by freeing you from the need for immediate results. The Stoics remind us that meaningful progress takes time, and trusting the process allows you to stay committed even when progress is slow. In embracing these Stoic principles, you begin to uncover the depths of your potential. These secrets, when applied consistently, unlock abilities, insights, and strengths that have always been within you, waiting to be revealed. With every choice, challenge, and step forward, you get closer to becoming the person you are capable of being. The potential within you grows stronger with every step you take, yet unlocking that potential is not enough. True transformation happens when you embed Stoic wisdom into your everyday life, making it a part of every thought, choice, and action. This is where Stoicism reveals its true power, not in grand theories, but in subtle, practical insights that shape how you live from moment to moment. These insights, when embraced, can revolutionize the way you approach each day, bringing clarity, peace, and purpose into even the smallest actions. What follows are 7 key Stoic principles that will quietly, yet profoundly, reshape your everyday experience, allowing you to see challenges, relationships, and routines with new eyes. One essential Stoic insight is that your perception shapes your reality. What you choose to focus on determines how you experience the world. Life constantly throws a mix of good and bad events your way, but the mind assigns meaning to them. This is where your power lies. By consciously framing situations positively, you maintain inner peace and create opportunities for growth. A challenge becomes a teacher, a delay an opportunity for patience, and criticism a chance to strengthen your character. This shift changes everything because it puts control back in your hands. A second powerful insight is that your morning sets the tone for the day. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself each morning that he would meet people driven by selfishness and ignorance. Preparing your mind in advance helps you respond calmly when challenges arise. A deliberate morning routine, one that includes moments of reflection, gratitude, or planning, grounds you in purpose before the day's demands pull you in different directions. The more intentionally you start your day, the more likely you are to carry that focus into everything you do. The third insight is about releasing the need for constant control. Much of life is beyond your influence, and trying to control everything only creates frustration. The Stoics teach the wisdom of focusing on what you can control, your actions, thoughts, and responses, while releasing attachment to everything else. This isn't about passivity, but about selective effort. When you stop trying to control the uncontrollable, you free your mind and energy for the things that truly matter. This practice reduces stress and keeps you from wasting time on things outside your reach. Gratitude, as the fourth insight, is not just about saying thank you. It's about cultivating a mindset that finds value in everything. The Stoics practiced negative visualization, reflecting on how things could be worse, to deepen their appreciation for what they already had. This practice rewires your mind to recognize life's gifts, even amid difficulties. Gratitude shifts your focus from what's lacking to what's present, fostering contentment regardless of external circumstances. It teaches you that joy doesn't depend on having more, but on appreciating enough. Another life-changing insight from Stoicism is the practice of pausing before reacting. Life often presents situations that provoke instant emotional responses, but the Stoics teach the value of creating space between stimulus and response. A pause allows you to assess a situation with clarity and choose a thoughtful response instead of reacting impulsively. This simple practice prevents unnecessary conflict, regret, and frustration. It empowers you to remain calm and composed, even when faced with difficult people or unexpected challenges. The sixth insight is that doing less, but with intention, leads to greater peace and effectiveness. The Stoics believed that quality matters more than quantity. In a world that glorifies busyness, it's easy to mistake activity for productivity. However, Stoic wisdom teaches that focusing on fewer things with purpose allows you to excel and experience deeper fulfillment. When you simplify your commitments and focus on what aligns with your values, you free yourself from unnecessary stress and create space for what truly matters. Another insight is the power of embracing impermanence. Nothing lasts forever, not joy, not sorrow, not success, nor failure. This truth, rather than being depressing, is freeing. It teaches you to engage fully with life, knowing that every experience is fleeting. You learn to savor good moments without clinging and endure hard times without despair. Embracing impermanence allows you to live more fully, knowing that every moment counts. This perspective transforms your daily life, making you more present, appreciative, and resilient. With these insights in place, the ordinary becomes extraordinary. Daily routines, once seen as tedious, become opportunities for mindfulness and meaning. Relationships deepen because you respond with kindness and patience instead of frustration. Challenges become less intimidating, not because they disappear, but because your mindset shifts to meet them with grace. The transformation begins within, but its effects ripple outward, improving not only your inner world, but also the way you engage with the people and circumstances around you. These insights are not complex, but their simplicity is deceptive. They are easy to overlook, and yet they hold the potential to reshape everything. What matters is how you apply them, day in and day out, in the small, seemingly insignificant moments. Over time, these small shifts accumulate, leading to a life lived with greater clarity, purpose, and peace. The beauty of Stoicism lies in its practicality. It doesn't ask you to retreat from the world, but teaches you how to engage with it fully, without being consumed by it. Your daily life is where real change happens. The person you are becoming is shaped by how you show up in each moment, how you handle setbacks, how you treat others, and how you treat yourself. These Stoic insights offer a way to live intentionally, making every day a step toward becoming the best version of yourself. They remind you that you don't need to wait for the perfect moment to change. You have everything you need right now. Stoic wisdom teaches that the small things matter. How you greet the morning, how you respond to a challenge, how you speak to others, and how you manage your thoughts. These are the moments where transformation takes root. Potential is not unlocked in rare, grand events, but in the simple, everyday choices you make. The way you live today determines the person you will become tomorrow. These insights give you the tools to meet each day with clarity and strength, ensuring that no moment is wasted. The Stoics remind us that peace and fulfillment are not found by changing your circumstances, but by changing how you engage with them. When you align your actions with your values, focus on what you can control, and cultivate gratitude for what you have, life becomes simpler and more meaningful. You find that even in challenges, there is room for growth. Even in the mundane, there is beauty. And even in the midst of uncertainty, there is peace. This is the power of Stoicism, not to remove the difficulties of life, but to give you the mindset needed to thrive within them. Adversity is woven into the fabric of life. No one escapes it, but how you face it defines the kind of person you become. Stoicism teaches that hardship is not just something to endure, but an opportunity to grow stronger. Every challenge carries within it the chance to build resilience, sharpen character, and discover hidden strengths. Life does not guarantee smooth paths, but it does offer you the power to respond with courage and clarity. These Stoic techniques go beyond coping. They provide a framework for turning obstacles into opportunities for growth. When practiced, they transform adversity from an enemy into an ally. The first Stoic technique is the art of reframing challenges. When difficulties arise, most people focus on what is wrong, magnifying problems until they seem insurmountable. The Stoics teach that how you perceive a situation determines your experience of it. Reframing means deliberately looking for value within the challenge. Instead of seeing adversity as a roadblock, you recognize it as an essential part of growth. When you train your mind to reframe difficulties, they become less daunting, and your focus shifts from fear to opportunity. The second technique is rooted in acceptance. Resistance to hardship often intensifies suffering. The Stoics teach that the key to peace lies in accepting reality as it is, not as you wish it to be. This does not mean passive resignation, but rather acknowledging the situation without denial. When you stop fighting against what has already happened, you free yourself to act with clarity. Acceptance allows you to focus on solutions instead of frustrations, moving through adversity with a clear mind. Building mental toughness is another powerful Stoic technique. Adversity tests your inner strength, and the Stoics believed that each challenge is an opportunity to develop resilience. Mental toughness is not about suppressing emotions, but about learning to navigate them without being overwhelmed. It means staying grounded when everything around you feels chaotic. This inner stability becomes a powerful tool, enabling you to respond thoughtfully even when emotions run high. A core practice in overcoming adversity is mastering the pause. When difficulties arise, it is natural to react immediately, often fueled by fear or anger. The Stoics teach that pausing, even briefly, creates space for thoughtful action. This moment of stillness allows you to observe your emotions without acting on them impulsively. The pause becomes a powerful ally, giving you control over your response instead of being controlled by the situation. Another technique involves focusing only on what is within your control. In times of adversity, people often become overwhelmed by trying to fix everything at once. The Stoics remind us that peace comes from narrowing your focus. You may not be able to change the circumstances, but you can always choose how you respond. This shift in focus reduces anxiety and gives you the energy to take meaningful action where it counts. Gratitude is a surprising yet powerful tool for overcoming hardship. In difficult times, it is easy to dwell on what is going wrong. The Stoics teach the practice of finding gratitude even in adversity. This does not mean ignoring difficulties, but acknowledging the lessons they offer. Gratitude shifts your perspective, reminding you that even the hardest moments carry value. When you train your mind to seek gratitude, you find strength in unexpected places. The Stoics also emphasize the value of persistence. Adversity often tempts people to give up, especially when progress feels slow. Stoicism teaches that persistence is a virtue, a quiet, steady commitment to keep moving forward, no matter how difficult the path. Progress may not always be visible, but persistence ensures that you stay on course. With every step, no matter how small, you grow stronger, building momentum that carries you through. Another technique is practicing voluntary discomfort. The Stoics believed that regularly exposing yourself to discomfort builds resilience. When you deliberately choose challenges, whether through physical discipline, fasting, or silence, you train your mind to stay calm in difficult situations. Voluntary discomfort strengthens your ability to face hardship without fear, making you less vulnerable to unexpected difficulties. Another technique is the practice of premeditatio malorum, or premeditation on misfortune. This involves mentally preparing yourself for possible challenges before they happen. By contemplating potential setbacks in advance, you reduce the shock when they arise. This practice does not make you pessimistic, it makes you prepared. When adversity strikes, you respond with composure, having already considered how to handle it. These techniques work together, creating a foundation of inner strength and clarity. Adversity will always be part of life, but how you meet it determines whether it becomes a burden or a stepping stone. When you learn to reframe challenges, embrace acceptance, and focus on what you can control, adversity becomes less intimidating. Persistence, gratitude, and voluntary discomfort prepare you to meet hardship with grace. Practicing the pause and mastering your response allow you to act with wisdom, even in the heat of the moment. And premeditation on misfortune ensures that nothing catches you off guard. With these Stoic tools, you move through adversity differently, not as a victim of circumstance, but as someone empowered to grow through every challenge. Hardship no longer defines you, your response does. The daily practice of these techniques shapes a mindset capable of withstanding life's storms while finding meaning within them. When adversity knocks at your door, you answer not with fear, but with strength, knowing that every difficulty carries the potential for growth. Overcoming adversity with Stoic wisdom means becoming the kind of person who remains steady no matter what life brings. It is not about avoiding challenges, but embracing them as part of your journey. Each technique sharpens your character, building mental and emotional resilience that stays with you through every season of life. You learn that adversity, far from being an obstacle, is an essential part of becoming the best version of yourself. These principles become a compass, guiding you through difficulties with clarity and purpose. They transform how you see setbacks, not as failures, but as opportunities to deepen your understanding and strengthen your spirit. With every challenge you overcome, you grow closer to the person you were meant to be, a person defined not by circumstances, but by unwavering strength and grace. The ability to face adversity with strength is deeply connected to the relationships we build along the way. Stoicism teaches that while inner resilience is essential, no one thrives in isolation. Meaningful connections not only provide support during hard times, but also add depth, joy, and purpose to life. Relationships shaped by Stoic principles go beyond fleeting friendships or surface-level interactions. They become lasting bonds grounded in mutual respect, understanding, and intentional care. The secret to creating these lasting relationships lies in ancient Stoic wisdom that guides how we interact, empathize, and grow with others. These next insights explore the timeless practices that build the kind of connections that endure, even through life's inevitable changes. One of the core Stoic principles for lasting relationships is the practice of active listening. Too often, conversations become battles for attention, with each person focused on being heard rather than hearing. The Stoics teach that true listening is an act of presence. It requires setting aside your own thoughts and giving full attention to the other person, not just to respond, but to understand. This deep level of listening creates trust and shows respect, two pillars essential for meaningful relationships. Another secret to lasting connections lies in managing expectations. Many relationships suffer because we place unrealistic demands on others, expecting them to meet needs they cannot fulfill. The Stoics remind us to accept people as they are, not as we wish them to be. When you release the need to control others, you free yourself from disappointment and allow relationships to grow naturally. Acceptance builds space for authenticity, making it easier to connect on a deeper level. Forgiveness plays a crucial role in sustaining relationships over time. No one is perfect, and misunderstandings or mistakes are inevitable. The Stoics teach that holding on to anger only harms the one who carries it. Learning to forgive quickly and without resentment keeps relationships from becoming weighed down by grudges. Forgiveness doesn't excuse hurtful behavior, but allows healing by removing the emotional burdens that block connection. Practicing kindness without expectation is another Stoic insight that strengthens relationships. The Stoics believed that kindness is not just a social gesture, but a reflection of inner character. When you offer kindness freely, without expecting anything in return, you cultivate an atmosphere of goodwill. This generosity of spirit creates bonds built on mutual respect rather than transactional exchanges, making relationships more resilient over time. A powerful yet subtle Stoic practice is learning to give people the benefit of the doubt. Assumptions and misinterpretations can easily lead to conflict, especially when we jump to conclusions about others' intentions. The Stoics teach that it is wiser to assume positive intent, especially in moments of misunderstanding. Giving others grace in their words and actions prevents unnecessary tension and creates an environment where trust can thrive. Equally important in Stoic relationships is the practice of shared silence. In a world obsessed with constant communication, silence can feel uncomfortable. However, the Stoics valued silence as an opportunity for reflection and presence. Sharing quiet moments with someone without the need to fill the space with words deepens the bond. It teaches you to be comfortable in each other's presence without performance or pretense, fostering an authentic connection. Emotional self-regulation is another Stoic secret that strengthens relationships. The ability to manage your emotions prevents small conflicts from escalating into bigger issues. Stoicism teaches that you cannot control others, but you can always control your reaction to them. When you respond thoughtfully instead of reacting impulsively, you set a tone of respect and understanding that invites others to do the same. Developing patience is essential for building lasting connections. Relationships, like anything worthwhile, take time to grow. The Stoics remind us that impatience often arises from unrealistic expectations. Practicing patience allows you to honor the natural rhythm of connection, giving relationships the time they need to develop fully. It also makes it easier to accept each other's flaws, knowing that growth is a gradual process. The Stoics also teach the importance of humility in relationships. Arrogance creates distance, while humility brings people closer. A Stoic approach encourages you to value the opinions and experiences of others, recognizing that everyone has something to teach. This openness to learning from each other strengthens bonds and creates a foundation of mutual respect. Boundaries, too, are essential for maintaining healthy relationships. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of knowing your limits and respecting the boundaries of others. Relationships thrive when both people feel secure, and boundaries create the space for personal growth within the connection. Honoring boundaries shows respect and prevents resentment from building, ensuring the relationship remains balanced. Another Stoic practice for lasting relationships is expressing gratitude for the people in your life. It is easy to take relationships for granted, especially over time. The Stoics teach that reflecting on the impermanence of life deepens appreciation for those around you. Expressing gratitude strengthens bonds by reminding both you and the other person of the value they bring to your life. Acknowledging even the smallest gestures fosters goodwill and connection. Being present in relationships is also a powerful Stoic tool. The Stoics emphasize the importance of focusing fully on the current moment. When you are with someone, giving your undivided attention shows that you value their presence. This practice strengthens relationships by creating moments of genuine connection, free from distractions or divided attention. Learning to embrace change within relationships is crucial for their longevity. The Stoics remind us that nothing stays the same, including the people in our lives. Relationships evolve and people grow. Resisting these changes creates friction, while accepting them allows connections to deepen in new ways. Embracing change ensures that relationships can adapt and endure over time. The Stoics also encourage leading by example in relationships. Instead of demanding change from others, focus on becoming the best version of yourself. Your actions will inspire those around you without the need for force. This approach fosters mutual growth, as people naturally respond to positive behavior with their own efforts to improve. Vulnerability is another key element of lasting relationships. The Stoics teach that true strength lies in embracing your humanity, including your weaknesses. Allowing yourself to be vulnerable fosters deeper connections by creating space for honesty and trust. When both people in a relationship feel safe to be themselves, the bond becomes unshakable. Practicing detachment from outcomes within relationships prevents disappointment. The Stoics remind us that while we can nurture connections, we cannot control how others respond. Letting go of the need for specific outcomes allows relationships to develop naturally, free from pressure or expectations. This detachment creates a healthier dynamic where both people feel free to be themselves. The Stoic practice of non-judgment strengthens relationships by creating an atmosphere of acceptance. Judgment creates distance, while acceptance brings people closer. When you approach others without judgment, you foster an environment where they feel safe to express themselves fully. This openness strengthens bonds and creates space for deeper understanding. Encouraging growth within relationships is another Stoic secret. Lasting connections are not stagnant. They evolve as both people grow. The Stoics teach that part of building meaningful relationships is supporting each other's growth. Encouraging personal development strengthens the bond, as both people become better versions of themselves through the relationship. Learning to let go is essential for maintaining healthy relationships. The Stoics remind us that clinging to people or situations creates suffering. Letting go does not mean abandoning relationships, but releasing the need for control. This practice allows relationships to breathe and develop naturally, creating space for mutual respect and growth. These Stoic principles for relationships provide a framework for building connections that last. Each practice, whether it's listening deeply, practicing kindness, or embracing change, strengthens the foundation of trust and respect that sustains relationships over time. By applying these insights, you create bonds that endure, not because they are free of challenges, but because they are rooted in mutual understanding and care. Relationships built on Stoic wisdom become sources of strength, growth, and joy, enriching every part of your life. Strong relationships ground us in life, providing stability and meaning, but Stoicism teaches that we must also cultivate wisdom for ourselves if we are to thrive in modern times. The ancient Stoic philosophers, Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, crafted teachings not just for personal growth or relationships, but for living fully, even amid the complexities of everyday life. Their insights, though rooted in ancient worlds, speak directly to the struggles we face today. These lessons offer a compass for navigating stress, uncertainty, and the pursuit of purpose in a world often driven by chaos and distractions. Applied correctly, these Stoic principles have the potential to shift how you live, work, and engage with everything around you. The first essential lesson is to recognize that discomfort is part of life, not something to avoid at all costs. The modern tendency to seek comfort and convenience at every turn often leads to deeper dissatisfaction. The Stoics teach that adversity sharpens the soul, and facing discomfort head-on builds resilience. It is in moments of struggle that you discover your strength, learning not just to endure difficulties, but to embrace them as catalysts for growth. Another crucial lesson is the importance of staying grounded in the present. The modern world pulls us in countless directions: worries about the future, regrets from the past, and distractions in every form. The Stoics emphasize that peace is found only in the present moment. By bringing your focus to what is directly in front of you, you reclaim your attention and find clarity. It is not tomorrow's success or yesterday's failure that defines you, but how you engage with the task at hand. A third powerful teaching is that happiness is not found in external achievements. In today's society, people often chase money, status, or recognition, believing these things will bring fulfillment. The Stoics challenge this mindset, teaching that happiness comes from living in alignment with your values. Achievements can provide temporary satisfaction, but true contentment is born from inner integrity. When your actions reflect your principles, you find joy regardless of outcomes. The Stoics also warn about the danger of comparison. Modern life makes it easy to measure yourself against others through social media or societal expectations, but this habit only creates envy and frustration. The only meaningful comparison, according to the Stoics, is between who you were yesterday and who you are today. Progress is personal, and focusing on your own path frees you from the toxic cycle of comparison. Another essential lesson is the importance of self-discipline. In a world full of distractions and instant gratification, the ability to control your impulses is a rare strength. The Stoics teach that freedom is found not in doing whatever you want, but in mastering your desires. Self-discipline allows you to focus on what matters most, giving you the power to shape your life rather than being led by fleeting whims or outside influences. One of the most practical Stoic teachings is to expect imperfection from yourself, others, and the world. The pursuit of perfection often leads to frustration and burnout. The Stoics remind us that flaws are part of being human and that progress, not perfection, should be the goal. By embracing imperfection, you learn to forgive yourself and others, allowing room for growth and understanding. Another key lesson is the value of gratitude. Life is unpredictable, and things will not always go as planned. The Stoics encourage a mindset of gratitude, teaching that even challenges are opportunities in disguise. Practicing gratitude shifts your focus from what is lacking to what is present, fostering resilience and contentment. A grateful heart finds joy in the simple things and remains steady in the face of hardship. The Stoics also teach the importance of focusing on what you can control. Many people waste energy worrying about things beyond their influence, other people's opinions, the state of the world, or outcomes they cannot change. The Stoic mindset narrows your focus to what is within your control, your actions, thoughts, and responses. This shift reduces stress and empowers you to make meaningful progress where it matters. Acceptance is another profound lesson. Resistance to reality creates unnecessary suffering. The Stoics teach that peace comes from accepting life as it is, not as you wish it to be. This does not mean passivity, but rather clarity, seeing things as they are and choosing your response wisely. Acceptance frees you from the mental turmoil of wishing things were different, allowing you to act effectively in the present. Humility is a Stoic virtue often overlooked in modern life. In a culture that often celebrates arrogance and self-promotion, the Stoics remind us that true strength lies in humility. Humility opens the door to continuous learning, as it allows you to admit what you do not know. It creates space for growth by keeping your mind open to new perspectives and insights. Another valuable teaching is the practice of setting healthy boundaries. The Stoics emphasize the importance of knowing your limits and respecting them. In today's fast-paced world, saying no can feel difficult, but boundaries protect your time, energy, and well-being. Clear boundaries create room for meaningful connections and personal growth, ensuring that your commitments align with your values. The Stoics teach that everything is temporary: joy, sorrow, success, failure. This awareness of impermanence allows you to engage fully with life without clinging to any moment. It helps you savor joy without fear of losing it, and endure hardship without believing it will last forever. Embracing impermanence brings freedom, reminding you that life is in constant motion and every moment holds value. Together, these Stoic lessons offer a guide for modern living, showing that clarity, peace, and fulfillment are not found through external achievements, but through mastering the inner world. Each principle reinforces the others, creating a foundation for a life lived with purpose, resilience, and joy. When applied consistently, these lessons shift how you see yourself, others, and the world around you, allowing you to live more intentionally and authentically every day. Living with wisdom gives life clarity, but it's in happiness where we find true fulfillment. Stoic philosophy teaches that happiness isn't a fleeting feeling or a reward waiting at the end of some distant journey. Instead, it's a way of being, a state cultivated through intentional choices, the way you think, and how you align yourself with life's realities. While the modern world often sells happiness as something to be chased through possessions or achievements, the Stoics offer a deeper and lasting approach. These secrets unlock a kind of happiness that doesn't crumble under pressure, a happiness rooted in self-mastery, purpose, and inner peace. The first Stoic secret to lasting happiness is learning to want what you already have. Many people constantly seek more, believing that happiness lies just beyond the next achievement or purchase. The Stoics teach that happiness comes from appreciating what is already in front of you. This shift from craving to contentment turns everyday moments into sources of joy. When you align your desires with reality, you find peace because you no longer live in a state of longing. Another essential secret is to live according to your values. Stoic happiness is not tied to wealth or success, but to virtue. When your actions align with your principles, you experience an unshakable sense of fulfillment. This kind of happiness is self-sustaining because it depends only on how you live, not on external outcomes. When you honor your values, even life's challenges become bearable, for you know you are walking the right path. The Stoics also teach that happiness arises from self-discipline. In a world of instant gratification, Discipline allows you to resist distractions and focus on what truly matters. The ability to say no to short-term temptations builds long-term contentment. Self-discipline strengthens your will, helping you stay aligned with your goals and values. Happiness grows not from indulgence, but from the satisfaction of knowing you are in control of your actions. A critical part of lasting happiness is learning to manage your expectations. Disappointment often comes from expecting life or others to meet certain standards. The Stoics advise lowering your expectations, not to settle for less, but to free yourself from unnecessary frustration. When you expect less from external events and more from yourself, you become more resilient. This mindset ensures that your happiness is not easily disturbed by things beyond your control. Another Stoic practice for happiness is embracing the flow of life. Life moves through cycles of joy and sorrow, success and failure. Happiness comes not from clinging to the good moments or resisting the hard ones, but from accepting life as it unfolds. When you learn to move with life rather than against it, you experience a sense of harmony. This acceptance frees you from the constant struggle for control and opens the door to peace. The Stoics also emphasize the importance of community in creating lasting happiness. While happiness is an inner state, it flourishes in connection with others. Meaningful relationships, grounded in mutual respect and care, bring joy that cannot be found in isolation. The Stoics remind us that part of being human is to contribute to others' well-being, and in doing so, we find fulfillment. Acts of kindness and service deepen our sense of purpose, enriching both our lives and the lives of those around us. Another key to happiness lies in detachment from outcomes. Many people tie their happiness to specific results, feeling joy only when things go their way. The Stoics teach that lasting happiness is found in effort, not outcomes. When you focus on doing your best, regardless of how things turn out, you free yourself from the emotional roller coaster of success and failure. This detachment brings a steady, enduring happiness that is not dependent on external events. Practicing gratitude is a powerful Stoic tool for happiness. Gratitude shifts your perspective from scarcity to abundance, helping you recognize the gifts that already surround you. The Stoics suggest reflecting daily on what you are grateful for, including challenges that help you grow. This practice rewires your mind to see life through a lens of appreciation, making happiness a natural state rather than a rare achievement. Stoic happiness also involves simplifying your life. Modern society often encourages complexity, more possessions, more commitments, more goals. The Stoics teach that simplicity brings clarity and peace. When you reduce unnecessary distractions, you create space for what truly matters. Simplifying your life allows you to focus on experiences and relationships that bring lasting joy instead of chasing fleeting pleasures. The Stoics remind us that happiness is found in service to a higher purpose. A life driven solely by self-interest leaves you empty, no matter how much you achieve. True happiness comes from dedicating yourself to something greater than yourself, whether it's family, community, or a personal mission. This sense of purpose gives your life meaning and direction, filling even ordinary moments with significance. Happiness becomes the byproduct of living with purpose. Each of these Stoic secrets builds upon the others, creating a framework for lasting happiness that is steady, grounded, and resilient. This kind of happiness does not fade with changing circumstances because it is rooted in how you live, think, and connect. It becomes a constant companion, guiding you through both joy and hardship with the same grace. Stoic happiness isn't about escaping life's challenges, but engaging with them fully, finding joy in every step along the way. Through these practices, happiness ceases to be something you search for and becomes something you embody. Every choice, every action, and every moment becomes an opportunity to cultivate joy. Stoic wisdom teaches that happiness is not something you stumble upon. It is something you create, moment by how you choose to live. Happiness cannot thrive in the presence of fear, and fear is one of the most persistent forces that holds people back. Whether it's fear of failure, rejection, or the unknown, it shapes decisions, limits actions, and prevents people from living fully. The Stoics recognized that fear is a natural part of the human experience, but they also understood that it does not have to control us. Freedom from fear is not about erasing it, but about understanding it, facing it, and learning how to live beyond it. These next insights reveal 5 Stoic truths about fear that, when embraced, release you from its grip, giving you the power to move forward with clarity and courage. The first truth is that fear is often worse than the event itself. Marcus Aurelius taught that much of the suffering caused by fear happens in the mind before anything even takes place. People spend hours dreading possibilities that may never come to pass, draining their energy. By facing fear directly and focusing only on what is real, you take back control. The Stoics show that fear dissolves when confronted because most of it is based on imagined scenarios, not actual threats. A second Stoic truth about fear is that it stems from attachment to outcomes. The more tightly you cling to a specific result, the more fear takes hold. Stoicism teaches that the path to freedom lies in detachment, doing your best while accepting that outcomes are beyond your control. This approach transforms fear into calm determination. You are no longer paralyzed by what might happen, focusing instead on what you can do right now. Fear loses its power when your sense of worth is no longer tied to any particular outcome. The Stoics also remind us that fear is a signal, not a stop sign. Fear is often misunderstood as a barrier, but it is really an indicator that you are stepping outside your comfort zone. The Stoics teach that discomfort is a necessary part of growth. When fear shows up, it signals an opportunity to push your limits. Instead of retreating, you lean into the challenge. By reframing fear as a guide rather than an obstacle, you turn what was once intimidating into an opportunity for personal development. A key insight from Stoicism is that fear can be managed through preparation. The unknown often breeds fear, but the Stoics teach that mental preparation reduces its hold. Epictetus recommended practicing negative visualization, contemplating possible difficulties in advance, not to invite misfortune, but to be ready for it. This exercise removes the shock from challenges and makes them easier to face. When you prepare your mind, fear loses its grip, and you meet adversity with steadiness instead of panic. Another Stoic truth about fear is that it thrives on avoidance. When you avoid the things you fear, you give them more power. The Stoics teach that courage is not the absence of fear, but the decision to move forward despite it. Each time you confront fear, no matter how small the step, you reclaim a piece of your freedom. Avoidance only feeds fear, but action, however imperfect, weakens it. Progress comes from choosing to act, even when fear is present. The Stoics emphasize that fear is universal. It is not a sign of weakness, but a part of being human. Knowing that everyone experiences fear allows you to approach it with more compassion, both for yourself and others. This understanding dissolves the shame often associated with fear, making it easier to face. The Stoics teach that courage is built one step at a time, not by waiting for fear to disappear, but by learning to live with it. Living free from fear is not about living without challenges. It is about learning to meet challenges with the right mindset. Stoic truths show that fear is not the enemy. The real obstacle is letting it control your actions. By confronting fear with preparation, detachment, and courage, you transform it from a limitation into a tool for growth. Each time you face fear, you become stronger, more resilient, and more capable of living with purpose. Fear loses its power when you confront it, and with fear behind you, the path to success becomes clearer. Yet, success itself is often misunderstood. Many people chase it without knowing what it truly means or how to achieve it in a way that brings lasting fulfillment. The Stoics saw success differently. For them, success was not measured by wealth, recognition, or power, but by how well you live according to your values and principles. The Stoic approach reveals surprising truths about what real success entails, how to achieve it, and how to maintain it without losing yourself along the way. These insights will reshape your understanding of success, offering you tools to pursue it with clarity and peace. The first secret of Stoic success lies in redefining what success means. Most people think of success as something external, an achievement, a title, or financial gain. The Stoics teach that true success is internal. It's about living in alignment with your values, mastering your mind, and making decisions that reflect your principles. External success can come and go, but inner success remains stable because it depends only on how you act, not on what you gain. This shift allows you to pursue goals with less anxiety because your worth is no longer tied to the outcome. Another Stoic secret is the importance of focusing on process over results. Many people become so attached to outcomes that they lose sight of the value in the journey itself. The Stoics teach that success lies in the effort, not in the reward. When you focus on doing your best in each moment, you experience a deeper sense of fulfillment, regardless of how things turn out. This mindset also prevents burnout, as the joy of progress becomes the reward, rather than some distant goal. A third insight is the power of resilience. Success, by its nature, involves setbacks and failures. The Stoics teach that resilience, getting back up after a fall, is the true measure of success. What defines you is not how often you succeed, but how you respond to difficulty. Each setback offers a lesson, and every failure becomes an opportunity to grow stronger. Resilience ensures that temporary defeats don't become permanent failures. The Stoics also emphasize the importance of self-mastery in achieving success. It is not external circumstances, but your ability to control your thoughts, emotions, and actions that determines your progress. When you master yourself, you respond to challenges with clarity rather than frustration. Self-discipline allows you to stay focused on your goals, undeterred by distractions or obstacles. Success becomes inevitable when you are in control of yourself. Another key Stoic principle is the practice of gratitude along the way. Success often brings the temptation to focus on what's next, rather than appreciating what you've achieved. The Stoics teach that gratitude grounds you in the present and reminds you of the progress you've already made. This practice helps you avoid the trap of constant striving and allows you to enjoy the journey without losing sight of your purpose. The Stoics also reveal that humility is essential to lasting success. Arrogance can isolate you and blind you to areas where you need to grow. Humility, on the other hand, keeps you open to learning and collaboration. The Stoics remind us that success is not achieved alone, but through the support of others. Recognizing this truth fosters gratitude and strengthens relationships, both of which are essential for sustainable success. Another Stoic secret is detachment from praise and criticism. Success often attracts attention, both positive and negative, but the Stoics teach that true freedom lies in being indifferent to both. When your sense of worth is tied to other people's opinions, you become a prisoner to their approval. Stoic success is about acting with integrity, regardless of how others respond. This detachment allows you to pursue your goals with peace, knowing that your value lies in your actions, not in how they are perceived. Together, these Stoic insights provide a framework for achieving success that is both meaningful and sustainable. This approach shifts the focus from external achievements to internal mastery, offering a path to success that is aligned with your values. With each lesson, you gain the tools to navigate challenges, enjoy progress, and build resilience without losing sight of what matters most. This is the kind of success that lasts, one that enriches your life from the inside out, regardless of external circumstances. True success, as the Stoics reveal, is about mastering yourself and aligning your actions with your values. But life is more than achievements and goals. It is about finding fulfillment in each moment, even in unexpected ways. The Stoics offer wisdom that goes beyond conventional teachings, lessons that may seem counterintuitive at first, yet unlock deeper satisfaction and peace when practiced. These unconventional insights challenge the ways people usually approach happiness, relationships, and personal growth. They invite you to shift your perspective, embrace paradoxes, and discover fulfillment in the places you least expect. One of the first unconventional lessons is that letting go of control often gives you more of it. The Stoics teach that clinging tightly to control over every outcome creates anxiety and frustration. Instead, by focusing only on your actions and releasing the need to dictate results, you gain inner peace. This sense of peace allows you to respond more effectively, leading to better outcomes without the emotional strain of attachment. Another surprising Stoic teaching is that adversity is a gift, not a punishment. Challenges, though uncomfortable, shape your character in ways comfort never will. When you meet difficulty with a mindset of growth, it becomes an opportunity to cultivate strength, patience, and wisdom. This shift in perception transforms how you experience hardship, allowing even difficult moments to contribute to a more fulfilling life. The Stoics also remind us that less is often more. In a world that encourages constant accumulation, whether of wealth, possessions, or experiences, Stoicism teaches that simplicity brings clarity. Reducing what is unnecessary creates space for what truly matters. A simpler life, free from excess, opens the door to deeper joy because your attention is no longer scattered, but focused on what enriches your soul. A counterintuitive Stoic lesson is that silence can be more powerful than speech. In a culture obsessed with expression, the ability to hold silence becomes rare and valuable. Silence allows space for reflection, both for yourself and others. It strengthens relationships by showing that you value presence over performance. Practicing silence helps you avoid unnecessary conflict and deepens your understanding of others. The Stoics also teach that failure is not the opposite of success. It is part of it. Each failure offers feedback and insight that move you closer to your goals. The willingness to fail without shame builds resilience, making each setback a stepping stone. Embracing failure as a necessary part of the journey transforms your relationship with success, making it more sustainable and rewarding. Another unconventional Stoic insight is that expectations are the source of much unhappiness. When you expect life or others to meet certain standards, you set yourself up for disappointment. By letting go of rigid expectations, you free yourself to experience life as it unfolds. This flexibility brings contentment, allowing you to find joy in reality rather than in unmet ideals. The Stoics challenge the idea that constant busyness equates to productivity. They teach that rest and reflection are essential for a fulfilling life. Time spent in contemplation is not wasted, but invested in clarity and wisdom. Slowing down allows you to make better decisions and prevents burnout, ensuring that your efforts are meaningful rather than mindless. Another surprising lesson is that emotional detachment does not mean indifference. The Stoics teach that detachment allows you to engage with life fully without becoming overwhelmed by it. It creates space for compassion without the burden of emotional entanglement. This balanced engagement brings greater fulfillment because you are free to act with intention rather than react impulsively. The Stoics also remind us that pleasure is not the same as happiness. Many people confuse momentary pleasure with lasting joy, chasing experiences that provide temporary highs. Stoic fulfillment comes from living with purpose, not from indulging in fleeting pleasures. This deeper sense of joy is more stable because it is rooted in how you live, not in what you consume. Another unconventional Stoic lesson is that life's meaning is found in how you respond to it, not in what happens to you. The Stoics teach that fulfillment comes from acting with virtue, no matter the circumstances. When you align your actions with your values, even the smallest moments become meaningful. This approach shifts your focus from outcomes to integrity, ensuring that every day contributes to a life well lived. These lessons challenge many conventional ideas about success, happiness, and fulfillment. They invite you to rethink how you approach life, offering new ways to find joy and purpose. When practiced consistently, these unconventional insights open the door to a more intentional and meaningful life. Fulfillment becomes not a destination, but a way of being, woven into every choice and action along the way. A fulfilling life is impossible without emotional resilience, the ability to stay grounded and steady when circumstances shift, emotions flare, or challenges arise. Stoicism offers powerful tools for mastering this essential skill, teaching that emotions are not enemies to suppress, but forces to understand and guide with wisdom. Mastering emotional resilience gives you the strength to navigate life's ups and downs with clarity and purpose, ensuring you are not swept away by fleeting feelings, but remain rooted in your values and intentions. The following Stoic insights provide practical ways to build this kind of inner stability, equipping you to stay calm and composed no matter what life brings. The first key to emotional resilience is practicing detachment. This doesn't mean becoming indifferent to people or experiences, but learning to release the need to control outcomes. Detachment gives you the freedom to engage fully with life without being consumed by it. You do your best, knowing that your effort is in your hands, but the result is not. This practice keeps you from being overwhelmed by disappointment when things don't go as expected, and allows you to savor moments without clinging to them. Reframing negative thoughts is another powerful Stoic technique. Thoughts can quickly spiral into emotions if left unchecked, but Stoicism teaches that you have the ability to reshape them. When something goes wrong, instead of thinking, "This is terrible," you ask, "What lesson can I learn from this?" This shift transforms setbacks into opportunities for growth, keeping you emotionally balanced. It allows you to respond with curiosity and strength rather than frustration or despair. Patience is an essential component of emotional resilience. The Stoics remind us that life operates on its own timetable, not ours. Cultivating patience helps you endure delays, challenges, and frustrations without losing your composure. It teaches you to trust the process, knowing that progress often comes slowly. Patience also helps you stay calm in conversations, allowing you to listen fully before reacting, which strengthens relationships and prevents unnecessary conflict. Emotional resilience also requires the practice of self-awareness. The Stoics emphasize the importance of understanding your emotions rather than being controlled by them. When you recognize what you are feeling, whether anger, sadness, or fear, you gain the power to choose your response. This awareness creates a space between emotion and action, giving you the ability to act intentionally rather than react impulsively. Over time, this practice strengthens your ability to stay centered, even in difficult situations. Another Stoic approach to building emotional resilience is to develop a mindset of acceptance. Resistance to what is creates unnecessary suffering. When you accept life as it unfolds, without wishing it were different, you free yourself from emotional turmoil. Acceptance doesn't mean giving up. It means acknowledging reality and choosing how to respond to it wisely. This shift from resistance to acceptance brings peace, even in challenging moments, because you stop wasting energy fighting what is beyond your control. Maintaining perspective is another crucial element of emotional resilience. The Stoics teach that many of the things we worry about are insignificant in the grand scheme of life. When emotions feel overwhelming, it helps to ask, will this matter in a year or even a month? This question shifts your focus from immediate emotions to long-term meaning, helping you let go of unnecessary stress. Perspective keeps you grounded, reminding you that most challenges are temporary and manageable. Another practice for emotional resilience is focusing on what you can control. Many emotional struggles arise from trying to control things that are not within our power, other people's actions, opinions, or external circumstances. Stoicism teaches that your peace lies in focusing solely on your own actions, thoughts, and decisions. This focus brings clarity and strength, allowing you to stay steady even when the world around you feels chaotic. It ensures that your emotional well-being is anchored in something reliable, your own efforts. These Stoic techniques form the foundation of lasting emotional resilience, giving you the tools to face life's inevitable challenges with grace and strength. When you practice detachment, reframe negative thoughts, cultivate patience, and develop self-awareness, you build the kind of inner stability that cannot be shaken by external events. Acceptance, perspective, and control further enhance this resilience, allowing you to remain composed and intentional no matter what arises. Mastering emotional resilience means living with the confidence that you can handle whatever comes your way, not by suppressing emotions, but by understanding and guiding them with wisdom. This is the essence of Stoic strength, the ability to stand firm in a world that is always changing. Emotional resilience creates a solid foundation, but clarity emerges only when you remove unnecessary distractions from your life. Simplicity is not just about having less, it is about making space for what truly matters. The Stoics understood that a cluttered life, whether filled with possessions, obligations, or mental noise, leads to confusion and stress. By adopting habits that simplify daily life, you gain clarity, focus, and peace of mind. These Stoic practices show that the path to a meaningful existence is not found in accumulation, but in intentional living, where every action aligns with your values and every moment serves a purpose. One habit to simplify life is focusing only on what is essential. The Stoics teach that clarity arises when you remove what is unnecessary. This applies not just to material possessions, but also to commitments and activities. When you strip away the non-essential, you reclaim time and energy for what truly matters. This habit helps you avoid the stress of trying to do everything at once, allowing you to direct your efforts toward the things that align with your values and goals. Another practice that fosters simplicity is setting clear boundaries. The Stoics remind us that peace comes from knowing our limits and respecting them. Without boundaries, life becomes cluttered with obligations that drain your energy and distract you from your priorities. Establishing boundaries, whether with people, work, or social commitments, creates room for personal growth and reflection. It also ensures that you do not carry unnecessary burdens, leaving space for meaningful pursuits. The habit of deliberate detachment is another Stoic tool for simplifying life. When you let go of the need to control everything, you release a significant source of stress. Detachment helps you focus on what is within your power while accepting what is not. This shift in mindset allows you to navigate life with more ease, free from the emotional clutter that arises from clinging to outcomes. It simplifies your decisions as your actions become guided by principles rather than by the fear of losing control. Mindful consumption is also key to living simply. The Stoics caution against the pursuit of luxury, teaching that fulfillment does not come from acquiring more. Practicing mindful consumption, whether in shopping, eating, or using technology, reduces the noise in your life and brings greater satisfaction. This habit teaches you to appreciate what you already have, breaking the cycle of always seeking the next thing. Simplicity through mindful consumption brings peace, as you no longer depend on external possessions for happiness. Another habit that promotes clarity is daily reflection. The Stoics believed in the power of self-examination, encouraging regular reflection on thoughts and actions. Taking time each day to evaluate your choices simplifies your mental landscape, helping you identify what serves you and what does not. This practice keeps you aligned with your goals, prevents unnecessary distractions, and strengthens your ability to focus on what truly matters. Reflection also fosters inner clarity, ensuring that you learn from each experience. The practice of saying no is essential for maintaining a simple and focused life. Many people feel pressured to say yes to every request, fearing they will disappoint others. The Stoics teach that saying no is not selfish but necessary for preserving your peace. Each yes carries a cost: your time, energy, and focus. Learning to say no to what does not align with your values makes room for the things that do. This habit empowers you to live intentionally, free from the stress of overcommitment. Living in the present moment is another Stoic habit that simplifies life. Worrying about the future or dwelling on the past creates mental clutter, pulling you away from what is happening now. The Stoics remind us that life unfolds one moment at a time, and clarity comes from engaging fully with the present. This habit reduces anxiety and allows you to respond thoughtfully to whatever arises. It also deepens your appreciation for simple pleasures, bringing joy to even the smallest moments. Another habit is practicing gratitude daily. Gratitude shifts your focus from what is lacking to what is already present, creating a mindset of abundance. When you recognize the value in what you have, life becomes simpler because you no longer feel the need to chase after more. Gratitude brings clarity by helping you see what truly matters, allowing you to let go of distractions that do not serve your well-being. It transforms ordinary moments into sources of joy, making each day feel meaningful. These habits, when practiced consistently, create a life marked by simplicity and clarity. They guide you to remove what is unnecessary, set boundaries, release control, and focus on the present. With each habit, distractions fall away, leaving space for what enriches your soul. Simplifying your life is not about doing less. It is about living with more intention, aligning every action with your values, and finding peace in what you already have. Through these Stoic practices, you create a life that is not just manageable, but deeply fulfilling, one that reflects the essence of who you are. Simplicity brings clarity, but without peace in your relationships, even a simple life becomes heavy. The Stoics teach that the people around you have a profound impact on your emotional state, choices, and growth. Toxic relationships, those marked by manipulation, negativity, or disrespect, drain your energy and cloud your mind. Protecting your peace requires the courage to identify and release these relationships. The following Stoic insights equip you with practical tools to navigate these challenges, helping you preserve your well-being and focus on what nurtures your inner life. The first Stoic tool is the practice of self-awareness. Toxic relationships often create confusion, making it difficult to recognize the impact they have on you. Stoicism teaches that understanding your emotions is key to clarity. Pay attention to how you feel after interacting with certain people. If you consistently feel drained, anxious, or diminished, it is a sign that the relationship may not be serving your growth. Awareness helps you recognize the patterns that weigh you down, giving you the insight needed to take action. Another powerful Stoic tool is setting boundaries. The Stoics remind us that peace is found within our control, and boundaries are essential to maintaining that control. Establishing clear limits, whether emotional, physical, or mental, prevents others from intruding on your well-being. Boundaries are not about shutting people out, but about creating space where respect can grow. When you honor your limits, you teach others how to treat you and protect yourself from unnecessary conflict. The practice of detachment is another key to handling toxic relationships. Stoicism teaches that suffering often arises from clinging to things beyond your control, including people. Letting go of toxic relationships does not mean abandoning compassion, but recognizing when someone's presence harms your peace. Detachment allows you to care for others without being consumed by their negativity. It helps you release the illusion that you must fix or change them to find peace. Stoicism also emphasizes the importance of surrounding yourself with virtuous people. The Stoics believed that the company you keep influences your character. Spending time with those who uplift and inspire you strengthens your resolve and sharpens your values. Conversely, relationships filled with negativity and manipulation erode your inner stability. Choosing your circle wisely is not selfish. It is a necessary act of self-care that ensures you can continue growing without unnecessary obstacles. The art of silence is another tool that serves you well when dealing with toxic relationships. In moments of conflict, responding impulsively often escalates tension. The Stoics teach that silence creates space for reflection, helping you avoid emotional traps. You do not need to engage with every insult or argument. Silence allows you to respond with intention rather than emotion, preserving your peace while disengaging from unnecessary drama. The Stoics teach the value of acceptance. Toxic relationships can leave you questioning why people behave in harmful ways. Acceptance does not mean condoning bad behavior, but understanding that people act according to their nature and circumstances. When you stop expecting others to change, you free yourself from frustration. Acceptance allows you to let go without resentment, choosing peace over conflict. These Stoic tools help you navigate the complexities of toxic relationships with clarity and grace. Self-awareness gives you insight into how relationships affect you, while boundaries create space for respect. Detachment frees you from the need to control others, and surrounding yourself with virtuous people nurtures your growth. Silence helps you respond thoughtfully, and acceptance allows you to release resentment. Each tool strengthens your ability to protect your inner peace, ensuring that your relationships reflect the kind of life you are building. Through these practices, you cultivate an environment where only what nurtures your well-being is allowed to remain, creating space for genuine connection and lasting harmony. Navigating relationships with clarity helps protect your peace, but it is gratitude that fills life with meaning. Stoicism teaches that the key to lasting happiness lies not in acquiring more, but in learning to deeply appreciate what is already present. Gratitude shifts the focus from scarcity to abundance, turning even simple moments into sources of joy. The Stoics understood that without gratitude, life feels empty, no matter how much you possess. Their philosophy offers practical ways to cultivate appreciation for the fleeting nature of things, helping you live fully in each moment. One of the most powerful Stoic practices for gratitude is negative visualization. This exercise involves reflecting on the things you cherish as if they were no longer part of your life. By contemplating the loss of people, comforts, or experiences, you awaken a deeper appreciation for them. This practice is not meant to bring sadness, but to heighten awareness of the value in what you already have, shifting your mindset from complacency to gratitude. The Stoics also teach that everything in life is temporary. Recognizing the transience of all things helps you savor the present without clinging to it. When you acknowledge that nothing lasts forever, each moment becomes precious. Gratitude grows from this awareness as you stop taking things for granted. Instead of lamenting what you may one day lose, you learn to cherish what is here now, knowing that it is a gift, not a guarantee. Another Stoic lesson is the importance of focusing on what you can control. Many people feel discontent because they fixate on things beyond their influence. The Stoics remind us that peace comes from directing gratitude toward what lies within our power, our thoughts, actions, and responses. This practice fosters a sense of agency, turning your attention away from external circumstances and toward the value of your own efforts. A key component of Stoic gratitude is appreciating challenges as opportunities for growth. The Stoics viewed difficulties not as misfortunes, but as essential parts of life. When you shift your perspective to see obstacles as teachers, gratitude naturally follows. Each hardship becomes a lesson, sharpening your character and deepening your understanding of life. This mindset transforms struggles into sources of strength, allowing you to appreciate both the good and the difficult. The Stoics also emphasize the value of small pleasures. Many people overlook everyday moments, believing that happiness lies in grand achievements. Stoicism teaches that fulfillment is found in the simple things, sharing a conversation, watching the sunset, or enjoying a quiet moment alone. Cultivating gratitude for these small joys brings balance, reminding you that life's beauty often hides in the ordinary. Another lesson in gratitude is accepting life as it is. Resisting reality creates frustration and blocks appreciation. The Stoics teach that by embracing the present moment, with all its imperfections, you open the door to gratitude. This acceptance does not mean settling for less, but choosing to see value in what already exists. It invites peace, as you stop waiting for things to be perfect before allowing yourself to feel grateful. The Stoics also encourage gratitude for the people around you. Relationships become more meaningful when you focus on what you appreciate in others rather than what you wish to change. Expressing gratitude strengthens connections and fosters goodwill, creating an atmosphere of mutual respect. When you actively look for the good in others, you nurture relationships built on appreciation rather than criticism. Mindfulness is another Stoic practice that enhances gratitude. Paying close attention to your surroundings, emotions, and experiences helps you notice things you might otherwise overlook. This heightened awareness turns even mundane moments into opportunities for gratitude. Mindfulness allows you to engage fully with life, making each experience richer and more meaningful. The Stoics teach that gratitude is a practice, not just a feeling. It requires intentional effort, especially when life feels challenging. Developing a habit of gratitude, whether through journaling, reflection, or conversation, keeps your focus on what is good. This consistency ensures that gratitude becomes a natural part of how you see the world, bringing lasting contentment. Through these lessons, Stoicism offers a path to cultivating gratitude that is not dependent on circumstances. It invites you to appreciate life's impermanence, see value in challenges, and focus on what truly matters. Gratitude, when practiced daily, transforms the way you experience life, making each moment feel full and meaningful. It teaches you that even in the face of difficulty, there is always something to be thankful for, if only you have the eyes to see it. Gratitude enriches life by opening your eyes to what matters most, but it is character and integrity that define how you live every day. The Stoics believed that a life worth living is one built on a solid foundation of virtues, qualities like honesty, courage, humility, and self-discipline. These traits shape your actions and guide your decisions, ensuring that you remain true to your principles even when no one is watching. Strengthening character through Stoic practices makes you resilient in the face of challenges, steady in your relationships, and trusted in your personal and professional life. Developing these virtues transforms not just how others see you, but how you see yourself. Honesty stands at the core of Stoic character. For the Stoics, truthfulness is non-negotiable because living in alignment with reality demands honesty in both words and actions. Lies weaken integrity, creating inner conflict, while honesty fosters clarity and trust. When you practice being truthful, even in small matters, you cultivate a mind that is clear and free from unnecessary complications. Truth allows you to face life without fear, knowing that your words and actions reflect what is real and just. Courage is another Stoic practice essential for character. Life is full of uncertainty, and fear often tempts people to compromise their values for comfort or approval. Stoic courage is not the absence of fear, but the choice to act according to your principles despite it. Courage strengthens your willpower, allowing you to confront difficulties head-on. Each time you choose courage over avoidance, you build character, becoming a person who stands firm in adversity. Humility is a trait that anchors Stoic character. The Stoics teach that no matter how much you know or achieve, there is always more to learn. Humility keeps your ego in check and your mind open, allowing you to grow through every experience. It also fosters meaningful relationships, as it encourages you to listen and learn from others rather than seeking to dominate conversations or situations. True strength, according to the Stoics, comes not from arrogance, but from humility. Self-discipline is another cornerstone of Stoic character. The ability to govern your thoughts, actions, and emotions is the mark of a person in control of their life. Self-discipline allows you to focus on what matters, avoid distractions, and follow through on commitments. It also strengthens your resolve to act according to your values, even when doing so feels difficult. Over time, self-discipline shapes you into someone reliable, trustworthy, and consistent. The Stoics also emphasize the importance of justice as part of strong character. Justice is not just about fairness in legal matters, but about treating others with respect and kindness. It involves recognizing that your actions affect more than just yourself and striving to contribute to the common good. Practicing justice in everyday interactions builds a reputation for integrity, fostering trust and respect from those around you. Another Stoic practice for strengthening character is practicing equanimity, the ability to remain calm and balanced in all situations. Life's ups and downs can provoke strong emotions, but the Stoics teach that emotional stability is essential for clear decision-making. Equanimity helps you respond to situations with thoughtfulness rather than impulse, keeping your actions aligned with your values. This calm, steady approach builds resilience and earns you the trust of others. Gratitude, though often associated with appreciation, also plays a role in character development. Practicing gratitude for challenges and setbacks teaches you to find value in adversity. This mindset strengthens your ability to persevere, transforming difficulties into opportunities for growth. Gratitude helps you maintain perspective, reminding you that even hardships have lessons to offer, reinforcing the kind of character that remains steady regardless of circumstances. The Stoics also teach that leading by example is crucial for developing character. Integrity is not about words, but actions. When your behavior reflects your values, you inspire others without needing to preach or persuade. This alignment between actions and principles makes you a person others can depend on, both in personal relationships and professional environments. Leading by example fosters trust, respect, and admiration from those around you. Another key Stoic practice is learning to accept responsibility for your actions. Avoiding blame or shifting fault weakens character, while accountability strengthens it. The Stoics teach that ownership of your choices, even mistakes, demonstrates integrity. When you take responsibility for your actions, you build credibility and foster trust. This practice encourages personal growth, as acknowledging mistakes opens the door for learning and improvement. The Stoics emphasize the importance of practicing moderation in all things. Excess, whether in ambition, pleasure, or emotions, disrupts balance and clouds judgment. Moderation keeps your desires in check and ensures that you remain focused on what truly matters. It prevents you from becoming consumed by fleeting pursuits and helps you maintain a steady course. A person who practices moderation develops inner peace and earns the respect of others, living as a model of self-control and balance. Through these Stoic practices, you nurture a character rooted in honesty, courage, humility, and discipline. Justice, equanimity, and gratitude further shape your interactions, ensuring that you contribute positively to the lives of others. By leading by example, taking responsibility, and practicing moderation, you cultivate a reputation for integrity that extends across all areas of life. Each practice reinforces the others, creating a foundation of inner strength that remains unshaken by challenges. With character and integrity as your guide, you live a life that reflects your highest values, becoming someone others respect and trust, and most importantly, someone you are proud to be. These Stoic secrets offer more than just philosophy. They hold the power to transform your life from within. Through mastering emotional resilience, simplifying your lifestyle, eliminating toxic relationships, and cultivating gratitude, you build a foundation for clarity and peace. Embracing self-discipline, practicing detachment, and strengthening your character ensures that you remain grounded, no matter the challenges you face. Each Stoic principle reinforces the others, guiding you toward a life rooted in purpose, integrity, and deep fulfillment. Now it's your turn. Which Stoic secret resonated with you the most? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Your perspective could spark meaningful conversations and inspire someone else. If this content added value to your life, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you never miss out on future insights that help you unlock your potential and create a life worth living. Stay strong, stay focused, and let these Stoic principles lead you forward.